Do you feel trapped by your to-do list? Are you constantly overwhelmed when it comes to your business and your career? Are you tired of being stressed all the time? If you are in the right place. Today we're going to be talking about 3 powerful tips to add a lot more relaxation and peace into your life. Sound good? Let's go. Welcome, my name is Jen Cruz. I am a success alignment coach for business women and entrepreneurs as yourself. I support you to align your subconscious belief, your conscious thoughts, your actions, every part of your being with the dream business, career, life that you want. And it is extremely powerful to be in alignment. It makes everything happen a lot faster. And I am a firm believer that we've been sort of bamboozled into thinking that being stressed out, overwhelmed all the time is just the way things are, right? At this point, it is normal. I mean, think about it. Do you know anyone in your life that is not constantly stressed out? But because it is normal, it doesn't mean that it is natural. It is natural to get stressed out if you're being chased by a lion, or if there's an earthquake, or you're in a dangerous situation. That is natural. But stress is a learned response. If you think about it, children are not stressed out all the time. And what most people say when I say that is like, well, they don't have all the responsibilities that I have, right? As a kid, you don't have so many things to do. And I get that. But the question is there a different way to relate to your to-do list? Is stress the only possible response, especially when it's on all the time? Constant worry, stress. It's gotten to the point where people have a hard time relaxing. They feel like if you're not stressed out all the time, it means that you don't care. It's like letting your guard down. In a way, it can feel vulnerable to just be relaxed. Okay, that's the point that you really know that you need to work on this, because think about this. Stress actually diminishes your ability to get things done. It makes you less productive. It affects your ability to be creative and to solve problems. Why? Because when you're in that fight or flight response, stressed out, what gets activated is the reptilian part of your brain, which is located right here in the back of your head. Okay. And when that happens, you don't get as much activity going to your prefrontal cortex, which is in the front of your brain, right over here. Okay. And when that happens, your entire physiology goes through a process of, your digestive system gets strained because you don't have as much blood going to it. Most of the blood is going to the extremities because your mind thinks, your body thinks that you have to run. Okay, so your digestion gets affected, your whole body is tense, the way that the blood flows, your breathing gets short and not really deep. And all of this affects your ability to getting things done. So it's actually having the opposite effect of what you want. Now, the first step and the most important thing to understand when it comes to overwhelm and stress is that it all comes from a narrative. There's a story behind this stress. And this story you probably learned by watching the adults in your life, watching your parents, your teachers, everybody around you. Same thing with like media, movies. As you watch people in your environment deal with life, that's what you learned. Okay. And the narrative and the story can be something like, I have too much to do and I can never do it. It's too difficult. I don't have what it takes. Or whenever you think of a project you have, it feels like it's too much to do. That idea, like it's too much to do. I have too much to do. Imagine having that thought running at the subconscious level of your mind constantly. I have too much to do. I can never do it. Right? It has to do with your relationship to what you think you're capable of doing and your relationship with time. How do you relate to time? Do you always feel like you don't have enough time? Okay. And that is something that can be questioned and can be reprogrammed. And you'll be very surprised when you reprogram that to, yes, I do have enough time. I have what it takes to get it done. Then it's interesting how the universe rearranges itself so that you actually make more time. It feels like you do have more time. It's super interesting. And, here I want to remind you that life is a mirror, right? The law of correspondence, the universal law of correspondence, says that your life is a mirror image of what's going on within you. And for that reason, when you change the inner narrative, everything around you changes. Okay, so that's the first tip. There's always a narrative when it comes to stress and overwhelm. The second tip is that you have to become better at making decisions. Here in Success Alignment, we give you both tools, right? The inner alignment when it comes to your thoughts, but also practical tools that you can implement. And overwhelm simply means that you have too many things competing for your attention, right? You have all your deadlines. You have to do this marketing thing. You have to go to the gym. You gotta cook. You gotta, pick up your kids, whatever it is. And you have all these different things competing for your attention, driving you crazy, okay? And I'm telling you that because been there, done that, okay? So it is important to take all those things, put them on paper, and to start to make decisions. When are you gonna do what? And to really manage your expectations, to make it realistic, okay? And to be very gentle with yourself if you can't get through it all. It's okay, okay? Just do your best to break it down and to really determine what is a priority. What ideas that you have are worth turning into goals, okay? Because not everything that comes to your mind is necessarily worth your time and your energy, okay? And when it comes to this, some of the things that I do with my clients is to support them in whatever narrative they have about being decisive. I give them tools and ideas on how you can make better decisions. Okay, as a businesswoman, you have to become really good at making decisions. This is extremely key. Okay, and the third tip is that you have to make a very clear distinction in between what hours of the day are for work and what hours of the day are for relaxation and just chilling. Because if you work all the time, this creates mental strain. It's like your mind never sees an end in sight. And you need both to be healthy, to be creative, to keep your mind sharp. Okay. And as the late Jim Rohn says, Jim Rohn is one of my favorite teachers. He says that, or he used to say, that if you don't do this, then you'll be thinking about relaxing when you're at work, and you'll be thinking about work when you are relaxing. And maybe you've had that experience where you said, you know what, I'm going to ignore everything I have to do and I'm going to go watch Netflix. But notice that at the end of the day, after you're done with all that, you feel more stressed out because you didn't take the time to do the things you knew you needed to do today. So you want to make a very clear distinction between the two. From this hour to this hour, I'm going to focus on work. And then this time is for me to sort of put everything away and relax. But make sure that you're earning that relaxation time. That relaxation doesn't become a way of life, right? Because that's also very stressful. Okay, so make sure you do that too. And I'm going to give you an extra tip as a bonus, and it's to take time to meditate and to cultivate silence within the mind, to feed from the source, from God, to keep your energetic bank full. And that makes it so that you can take on the day with a different perspective, a different attitude. Keep in mind that you were not born on this earth to just be doing all the time and be stressed out all the time, doing like a robot, right? You were placed on this earth to also enjoy the rainbows and the butterflies and the puppies and the kids and the good things about life, to be present and to work on your beingness too, not just on the doing. A lot of times when we're too focused on the doing is because we believe that we need to get all these things done so that we can have a sense of self-worth. And that's when it becomes a problem, right? When you understand that you have worth regardless of what you do, then you can really cultivate doing from a very joyous perspective and also not doing from a very sort of relaxed perspective. I hope this is helpful. Please share this one with someone in your life that you know needs it. Make sure to like and to subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be posting videos every single week about powerful tips to create the business and the life of your dreams. Like I said, my name is Jen Cruz, and I love to see you in a session or in another video. Sending you love. Bye.